This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
Hi everyone, welcome to Meet China. I'm Lulu. Today we're taking on a journey through some of the most fascinating landscapes in China, from the deserts to vibrant border towns. We'll meet some wild animals through the lens of a photographer, discover how solar power is turning deserts into clean energy hubs, follow some Chinese experts who helped to revive ancient temples in Cambodia, and savor a special Vietnamese coffee in a quiet Chinese border town. First up, have you ever thought about the piercing eyes of a snow leopard, or how to tell the difference between a green peafowl from a blue one? Well, wildlife photographer Zhinong may have those answers, because for 4 decades, he has been recording through his lens the biodiversity of China. And his works not only showcases those special and rare species, but also is a reflection of China's continued efforts in conservation.
Across China, there are people who have made it their mission to photograph and document changes in the wildlife. Zhinong has dedicated his life to tracking and protecting some of the most endangered species.
For over 40 years, I've been tracking wildlife across China. Using images to protect nature has become my mission. The longer you're immersed in nature, the more you understand it, and the more you become in awe of it.
In 1993, he became the first photographer to capture Yunnan snub-nosed monkeys on film. By doing so, he made a major contribution to the scientific study of this endangered species. In 2023, he earned China's most prestigious film award with a documentary about the efforts of ordinary herders to protect the snow leopard population.
China's unique geography and diverse habitats have nurtured some of the most extraordinary species on Earth.
On his early expeditions, he was constantly exposed to the struggle for coexistence between humans and nature.
In the early 1980s, public awareness of wildlife conservation in China was extremely limited. Let's go. Hurry up. It's already 6:24. Green peafowls were once widespread across Yunnan. Now they've virtually disappeared. By protecting them, we're preserving the ecosystem in the Honghe River Valley.
A transformative shift in the approach to ecological conservation since 2012 has brought renewed hope for the endangered green peafowl's survival.
After 4 decades, the commitment of the public to wildlife conservation has reached unprecedented heights. I hope more Chinese people, starting with the children, will embrace nature. Nature is the foundation of human survival.
人类的生存的一个源泉和基础。最终
The ultimate means of conservation is to build protected areas and national parks in people's hearts.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
We make a stop in a charming town near Chinese border with Vietnam. There, a small cafe is definitely making waves with its Vietnamese egg coffee, which is a creamy, indulgent specialty. Thanks to growing trade and cultural ties, the owner's entrepreneurial spirit is flourishing along with her business.
Dongxing, the westernmost point of the Chinese mainland coastline, is separated from Mong Khai, Vietnam, by just a body of water. Every day, 20,000 people pass through Dongxing Port between China and Vietnam for purchasing, selling, and tourism. People go back and forth looking for business opportunities.
The ones on both sides move closer to the center. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
One of them is Duong Thi Trang, a Vietnamese girl. She and her sister both work in Dongxing. Crossing the border twice a day is their daily routine. The coffee shop where Dong Thi Trang works is located near the port. It has become a spot where tourists can experience Vietnamese charm. The interaction between Dongxing and Mong Khai can be traced back to the Song dynasty. From small traders crossing the river by boat to today's standardized and convenient ports and markets, people have been crossing mountains and barriers and understanding each other more.
It's a bit strong today. More water should be added. Some customers might not like this taste. It might be too strong for them.
Okay.
Lu Xiaoyuan is the shop's owner. She is 28 years old and has been running this shop for 5 years.
I think this is okay, but customers prefer to add condensed milk. I prefer to drink it pure. When I graduated from college, I traveled through Vietnam for my graduation trip. That year, I deeply experienced Vietnam's coffee culture. In Vietnam, Coffee is a national drink. Both elderly people and young people drink it like we drink tea. People's slow-paced lifestyle is very infectious to me. So I want to bring this back to China. The most commonly used coffee beans here are the Robusta, which is grown in abundance in Vietnam. This year, the Robusta beans are quite plump, and we need to be very careful to clean off the skin residues. After roasting, we can taste the flavor of this batch of beans to see how it turns out.
Buon Ma Thuot is the largest city in the western highlands of Vietnam. It is known as the coffee capital. Vietnam is in the tropics and has plenty of sunlight and rain. It is very suited for growing coffee beans. This made Vietnam the world's second largest coffee bean exporter in 2023. Buon Ma Thuot is rich in Robusta beans, which originated in Africa. It is rich in caffeine and chlorogenic acid, giving it a strong bitter taste and full-bodied richness. Vietnam's neighbor, China, has long been committed to optimizing customs operations and the port business environment. In simple terms, China uses various convenient means to improve customs clearance efficiency, so high-quality goods like Vietnamese coffee are able to enter deeper into the Chinese market. In the first 5 months of 2024 alone, China's coffee imports from Vietnam reached 9.78 million tons, a year-on-year increase of 25%. Vietnam has become one of China's most important coffee import countries.
Today's meeting is about future development.
The first floor bar is okay. It's manageable. The second floor might get a bit congested.
The flow of people is bigger than we expected. We don't have enough staff. There are coffee shops everywhere.
We can gradually introduce new products into our range. Otherwise, customers might feel that we don't have enough variety in our shop and that it's a bit boring.
In business, speak the language of business. Pure interest can't answer business questions. In order to bring the most authentic Vietnamese flavor to China, Lu Xiaoyuan has spent a lot of time studying Vietnamese coffee.
I really like to drink coffee in Vietnam. In the first half of this year, I went to Hanoi, Hoi An, Da Nang, Ha Long, and so on. I also visited many locally popular cafes. I tasted and learned a lot from them. I first learned about egg coffee from an online article. It said that egg coffee is one of the top 10 must-try coffees when traveling the world.
How much is egg coffee?
38 yuan. You can try it.
It is said that egg coffee originated in Hanoi, Vietnam. Due to the lack of milk at the time, someone tried to add beaten egg yolk to coffee as a substitute, and got a surprise. After being beaten, the egg foam has a creamy texture, similar to a milk cap. It makes it more fun to drink and neutralizes the bitterness of the coffee. The coffee aroma penetrates the egg, while the catalysis of sugar and condensed milk makes the egg layer rich and sweet.
When I go to Vietnam, I don't have that feeling of going abroad at all. I don't speak Vietnamese, but I feel it's completely fine.
Who's the elder sister here?
I'm the elder sister.
Don't talk nonsense.
She's the elder sister.
You say that because I look old. I came here when I was young.
Really?
I'm from Mong Kai.
It's very easy for me to come here.
The first time I came to Dongxing, I ordered a bowl of river snail rice noodles. They asked if I wanted it spicy, and I said yes.
You couldn't take it, right?
Yes. They asked if I wanted spicier, I said yes. They made it spicy. I didn't know, and I added more chili and some pickled bamboo shoots. I couldn't stand it. It was summer, and my back was soaked.
She's a Hunan daughter-in-law.
I married into Hunan.
With the deepening of interactions between countries, the frontier has gradually become the forefront of openness. Everyone is realizing their dreams, love, and careers here. Life is getting better and better.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
Angkor Wat's ancient temples have stood for centuries, yet preserving them is an ongoing battle against time and nature. 27 years ago, a team of Chinese experts joined the efforts to restore this UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now, let's explore how this cross-cultural conservation mission made history.
Angkor Wat, Cambodia, this ancient miracle of stone bears silent witness to the past glory of Khmer civilization. But humidity, plants, insects, and collapse combined to threaten its survival. In 1992, UNESCO added Angkor Wat to its list of World Heritage in Danger.
We should treat every stone as a work of art, regarding it as something significant and protect it with reverence.
In 1998, China joined the international effort to rescue and restore Angkor Wat.
We exchange our experience. By working with the Chinese Heritage Conservation Team, we've gained a lot of valuable experience. Cambodia and China are among the oldest ancient civilizations.
The Chinese experts have now completed the restoration of 2 temple sites. In 2022, a moment they'd long awaited finally arrived.
Angkor Wat was removed from the list of World Heritage in Danger. Countries all over the world contributed to its removal from this list.
My opinion, that the collaboration is important not only economically, but also for promoting development in other fields, especially cultural exchange. The new generation of heritage workers must shoulder the responsibility and continue to move forward.
For Cambodians, saving Angkor Wat has much wider significance, such as encouraging the revival of Bokator, a traditional martial art carved on the temple's stones.
Without these bas-reliefs of this martial art on the walls, we might have difficulty claiming it's part of the Cambodian national identity.
Among Cambodia's younger generations, Bokator is gaining in popularity both as a new form of exercise and as a means of preserving their cultural heritage.
In the future, I want Bokator to be widely known. Ultimately, I want Bokator to be preserved like Angkor Wat forever. I want the younger generation to understand Bokator, and I want Bokator to be associated with Cambodia forever.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
Next, we're headed to Kubuqi Desert, where something remarkable is happening. Rows and rows of solar panels stretch across this once barren landscape, turning it into a clean energy zone. Locals call it sowing sunlight, a clever way to fight desertification while powering the future.
Kubuqi Desert in Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region, a bird's eye view reveals a striking image, a galloping horse in the heart of the desert. Up close, we see that it's composed of 196,320 photovoltaic panels. This is the SPIC Dalad photovoltaic plant, the world's largest solar power station featuring a patterned panel design.
Inverter 2 of Transformer Box 4 has an insulation fault. Please inspect and resolve the issue on site.
Copy that. As we enter the windy autumn season, equipment failures are more likely to occur. Let's conduct a thorough inspection soon.
At dawn, maintenance crews head deep into the desert. Their mission, to inspect and repair photovoltaic equipment.
Strong winds can blow in large amounts of sand, burying some of the rotating equipment on site and preventing our solar panels from rotating.
Let's work harder and clear this area quickly. Please dig a bit deeper here, about 20 to 30 centimeters from the connecting rod, so the equipment can start rotating again.
Zheng Yufei is the director of the SPIC Dalad photovoltaic power station. Battling the sand has always been part of the job here, and is also one of the reasons the station was built in this location.
The Kubuqi Desert is immense. When I first arrived, sand was everywhere, swirling through the air. I felt like a small boat adrift in a sea of sand, surrounded by nothing else.
As China's 7th largest desert, the Kubuqi Desert lies just below the northern bend of the Yellow River. Once plagued by severe sandstorms, this section of the river has dried up multiple times. The Kubuqi Desert is also the closest desert to Beijing, with sandstorms capable of reaching the capital overnight, making it one of the 3 main sources of sandstorms in the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region. With the implementation of major ecological projects like the 3 North Shelter Belt program and the Beijing-Tianjin Sandstorm Source Control project, over 6,000 square kilometers of the Kubuqi Desert have been restored. 40 years of combating desertification has taught many lessons. One of these is that the Kubuqi Desert actually enjoys a number of natural advantages. With 3,180 hours of sunlight annually, it's an ideal site for photovoltaic power stations. This was an unprecedented ecological project. In just 195 days, Phase 1 of the Dalad photovoltaic base, with a capacity of 500,000 kilowatts, was completed. The base generates 1 billion kilowatt-hours of green electricity per year, thereby reducing carbon dioxide emissions by 825,000 tons annually. Even more remarkable is that the solar panels not only reduce carbon dioxide emissions, but also help mitigate wind and sand erosion. Each panel acts like an umbrella over the desert, blocking sunlight and slowing the wind, which significantly stabilizes the sand. Over 1,000 species of cold, drought, and salt-resistant plants have been cultivated here. A diverse mix of forage grasses and medicinal herbs planted beneath the solar panels forms a protective green layer that helps prevent sand movement. This has given rise to a photovoltaic plus model that combines power generation above with plant cultivation below. Additionally, integrated models like solar power plus animal husbandry and organic agroforestry are creating new income streams for local residents. These 3 satellite remotely sensed images, taken since 2000, clearly show the gradual spread of a beautiful green transformation in the Kubuqi desert.
When I first arrived, I wasn't sure I could complete the task. But looking back on the construction phase, I now feel proud. We turned this golden sand into a blue ocean and a green oasis.
From wildlife to clean energy, from cultural heritage to cross-border flavors, the stories that we saw today showcase China's deep connections with nature, history, and its neighbors. Well, with that, I'm wrapping up today's Meet China. Thank you so much for being with us. Stay tuned for next week's program with more interesting stories from across China.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.